What happens when the three most feared leaders from the East appear together on one stage? The impact on the world is far from small. This question was answered in Beijing during China's largest military parade since 2015, where Xi Jinping, Vladimir Putin, and Kim Jong-un stood side by side. Ironically, this historic moment took place while the United States was busy celebrating the 250th anniversary of its Army's founding. Is this just a coincidence, or is it a deliberate message that the Eastern powers are ready to challenge Western dominance? Stay tuned, as we will soon uncover the hidden irony behind this parade, an irony that could mark the start of a new chapter in global geopolitics. The world's attention wasn't only on political symbols. The parade also showcased the People's Liberation Army's (PLA) advanced weapons and China's ambitions in military technology. From the front lines, the world saw the QBZ-191, a new, highly accurate assault rifle that signals the modernization of soldier equipment. Nearby, rows of Type 100 tanks and smart infantry fighting vehicles, IFVs, showed the transformation of land warfare. These vehicles no longer rely only on steel, but are equipped with digital sensors, surveillance drones, and advanced active protection systems. China is now proving it is on par with the world's major nuclear powers. For the first time, the PLA displayed a complete nuclear triad: DF-61 and DF-5C land-based ballistic missiles, JL-3 submarine-launched missiles, and JL-1 air-launched missiles. These three elements confirm Beijing's status as a global deterrent power, equal to the United States and Russia. Equally striking were the YG-21 and DF-26D hypersonic missiles, nicknamed the Carrier Killer and Guam Killer, respectively. These send a clear message that America's strategic assets are within China's reach. The focus wasn't only on missiles, but also on China's drone capabilities across all battlefields. In the air, the GJ-11 stealth drone flew alongside the JJ-20, demonstrating the loyal wingman concept, a symbol of human-machine teamwork. At sea, unmanned underwater vehicles, UUVs, and unmanned helicopters were presented as key tools for maritime operations, from anti-submarine warfare to long-range surveillance. On land, wheeled and four-legged combat robots stood in neat rows, showing the PLA's readiness to enter a new era of warfare, combining human soldiers and autonomous systems. As a highlight, China unveiled a weapon straight out of science fiction: the LY-1 laser and a high-power microwave system. These don't use bullets or missiles, but instead rely on powerful light and energy waves as weapons. Their impact is devastating. They can burn drones in the air or disable entire unmanned fleets with a single blast, like turning off a power switch remotely. This is the future of warfare, where light and waves are deadlier than steel. Xi Jinping's message was clear. China is not only honoring its proud history, but also showing the world the future of military power. From a historical perspective, the parade emphasized China's rise as a superpower. The Tiananmen stage became living proof that this claim is not just talk. The grand parade lasted only 70 minutes, but it required months of intense training and precise choreography. Hundreds of thousands of Beijing residents attended by special invitation, while millions more watched through live CCTV broadcasts worldwide, from Asia to Latin America. This event confirmed that China's rise is no longer just a story, it's a reality displayed for the world to see. What drew the most attention was not just the display of weapons, but the lineup of world leaders on the stage of honor. Xi Jinping stood in the center, with Vladimir Putin on his left and Kim Jong-un on his right, two figures often criticized by the West. As the three shook hands and talked on the red carpet, the visual message was louder than words. The challengers to Western dominance were now openly united, no longer hiding.
In addition to the main three, other notable leaders were present, including Belarus President Alexander Lukashenko, Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian, and Myanmar's junta leader Min Aung Hlaing. Their presence strengthened the impression that the Tiananmen stage was a gathering place for a new power bloc outside the Western sphere. Indonesia was represented by President Prabowo Subianto. However, he couldn't attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) summit in Tianjin due to escalating protests at home. In an official statement, Prabowo apologized for missing the SCO summit, but confirmed his attendance in Beijing for the 80th anniversary of victory celebrations. He also held a bilateral meeting with Xi Jinping at the Great Hall of the People, where he thanked China for their warm welcome and discussed the giant seawall project planned along Java's north coast, a symbol of growing strategic cooperation between Jakarta and Beijing. For Prabowo, attending the parade was a clear signal that Indonesia wants to stay active in Asia's geopolitical scene, despite facing domestic pressure from deadly protests. The Tiananmen stage showed a scene unimaginable 5 years ago: Xi Jinping, Vladimir Putin, and Kim Jong-un standing side by side, smiling and waving to the marching troops. For the West, especially the United States, this image is a sharp irony. While Washington celebrated 250 years of independence, an authoritarian alliance emerged in Beijing, confidently challenging the post-Cold War world order. In his opening speech, Xi Jinping stressed that the world faces a choice between peace and war. He added that the Chinese people will never submit to oppression, a clear jab at the United States and its Western allies. For many analysts, the parade was not just a historical commemoration, but an open declaration that China is ready to lead a new axis alongside Russia and North Korea. The year 2025 marks 80 years since Japan's defeat in World War II, symbolizing China's rise from a colonized nation to a global power. On September 3rd, Beijing held its largest military parade in a decade along Chang'an Road to Tiananmen, showcasing this transformation. This was the first Victory Day parade since 2015, which commemorated the 70th anniversary of World War II's end. According to an official statement, over 12,000 PLA personnel took part, displaying modern military formations and the latest combat capabilities designed for the 21st century warfare. Beyond a military celebration, the parade was a political stage. Xi Jinping used it to reinforce the narrative of national revival, proclaiming China's unstoppable rejuvenation. He called the PLA a heroic force trusted by the people and the Communist Party. The massive parade shocked the world, but global reactions revealed new ironies. U.S. President Donald Trump responded with a mix of praise and sarcasm. Europe remained reserved, and the Slovakian Prime Minister's surprise showed the far-reaching impact of this display of strength. Donald Trump was among the first to react strongly to China's 2025 parade. Through his social media account, he posted a long, sarcastic message, ending with a striking comment. "Please send my warmest regards to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un for conspiring against the United States." The post made headlines in Western media, confirming that Beijing's actions had struck a nerve in Washington. At a press conference the next day, Trump admitted he stayed up late to watch the parade live on CCTV. He said, "The ceremony was incredibly beautiful. I think it's very impressive." But he followed with a sharp remark. "After watching China's military parade, America looks not only irrelevant, but like a sad joke."